Good evening, folks, and welcome to yet another episode of IT Talks. I know we have been on a long break, but it's good to be back. Today, we have with us a senior IT professional with around 16 years of professional experience. He's an expert in the field of IT risk management in banking and finance domain. He's a public speaker, a CSR champion, and a Toastmaster. Let's give it for Ankit Arora. Welcome, Ankit.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Puneet. Hello, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much for agreeing to be coming to one of our episodes. So excited to have you here. So just to give you the 2 cents to all our viewers. So me and Ankit, we have worked previously, and we have known each other for many years now. And it was so courteous of him to take this opportunity and connect with us today and talk about actually IT risk management. So let us kick it off things. So why don't you tell us something about yourself and your professional experience to our viewers?
Sure. Thank you so much. So I, as a personal, I'm very close to nature. So I like sowing seeds and then plant the grown saplings around my community. So maybe you all can also sow the seeds of the fruits that you eat regularly in small pots. Then as soon as they grow taller, around 1.5 feet, then maybe you can plant it in and around your community and take care of them and give back to the nature and environment. So coming to the professional part, I started my IT career in Accenture in 2006 in Mumbai, and then I also worked in Accenture Bangalore. I majorly worked on Teradata, Unix, Informatica, and data stage over there. And when I was called to Bangalore, so I helped the project transitioning into Teradata technology for the new projects. I was specially called for a telecom project over there. However, I had the working experience in retail industry. I did some Teradata certifications, became a Teradata trainer, and gave Teradata training to various senior management people within the organization there. And then a few years later, I joined Cognizant and worked majorly on performance tuning and optimization of Teradata technology in the banking system. Within that project. Then I also supported the system in mainframe technology while working in Cognizant. So in both the organizations, I also worked or participated in the employee engagement activities and the CSR activities, that is corporate social responsibility, that is giving back to the society in any forms we can. Absolutely. More than a decade back, I decided to move to Delhi NCR, of course, for marriage purposes. So I joined a US MNC in banking domain where I am currently employed till now. So I majorly worked in Teradata, Unix, a bit of SaaS. In various roles I played as a data quality associate, data governance, data research, and then business analysis, data provisioning. Since last few years, I'm working in risk and compliance manager role, which is a totally different profile from the main IT job that I did for around 14 years. So that is about my personal experience and personal and professional profile. Recently, I developed a good habit of cycling. So that is what I'm currently into. So that is all.
That's definitely so encouraging, Ankit. And so as I think Ankit briefly touched upon, so he's a true CSR champion throughout all the organizations he has worked on, especially when I was working. So he has been leading all those CSR efforts, and really he has been able to make a quite bit of difference to our environment, at least that I can personally say. So to kick off things, Ankit, let me start with an impromptu question. You are into IT risk management. What was the biggest risk you took in your life? Care to enlighten us?
Good question. So risk management is the biggest risk I took in my life. So while working on projects, I developed an interest in risk management and starting learning about it. Did some internal certifications within the organization and then started managing risk parallelly within the team. So my interest in the domain and the senior leadership, they saw something in me. So they gave me a responsibility of managing risk for around 500 people. And then I started co-leading the risk management profile within the team, bigger audience. So after working for in IT for around 14 years, like I just transitioned into the career of risk and compliance totally. So via the internal job postings that we get within the organization. So it was the biggest risk I took, but I'm enjoying the work because I really liked it, and I'm proud of the decision.
Wow, that explains, the major shift that you took on your career. Great. Now to enlighten our audience, what can you define, what is actually risk, and what are your typical job roles and responsibilities as an IT risk manager?
Sure. So a risk in simple terms is a situation involving exposure to harm or loss in future. If it is not managed well, not mitigated, analyzed, identified, or if it is not passed on timely. So in cases, sometimes we have to pass on the risk, like for example, insurance, our life risk, we are passing to the insurance policies
Absolutely.
via the insurance policy. So there are times when we have to pass on. So, but the thing is, we have to do the things timely. So this is what basically risk is all about. When talking about the job responsibilities as a risk manager, so understanding about the policies, procedures, rules and regulations applicable across the banking domain, making sure those are met, and if there are any gaps, like analyze or make a plan around it, prepare a plan for remediation, execution of those plans, continuous monitoring of those gaps, and the remediation that we have done if we still find something. So it's a cycle.
Mm.
So you just plan, do, act, and monitor. So that is what we do. So we also need to regularly monitor the excesses the team members have, because sometimes
Right.
elevated excesses, if somebody is having, so that can result in operational or compliance issues or risk at times. So securing information, like create and implement strategies to minimize the risk within the teams and within the organization is what is a part of the job role. And then training the teammates at times for any known risk and how they can avoid getting prey to it. So for example, we can talk about phishing, smishing, or any known risks that we have if the person is so there are many internal risks that we see. So we educate people that these are the risks and how you can avoid them. So many internal policies and procedures that are violated, so we just inform so that the others do not fall prey to that. So this is basically the job, a brief description about the job role of a risk manager.
No, I think it's perfect. And in fact, I'm curious to know, how does your typical day look like, right? If you can give me an example.
Sure, definitely. Starting with the lot of emails that come, so some automated emails and all, we need to monitor various risk related deliverables that we have. So it's just related to like access management, as I said. Then taking care of various, we can say, if there are some data that is being prolonged and put into the spaces. So for example, SharePoint, share drive. So we need to get them removed or revoked. So because why keep the data that is not
Hmm.
required? So
Absolutely.
cleansing of the data is that. So various like tasks that like that come upon. Then there are internal audits that we need to do around the process, IT process. So talking about that, and so stakeholder communication. So stakeholder includes all the associates, all the senior leadership, all the risk champions or risk people that we have, connecting with those migration teams and various other teams in the organization. We have central risk team, and then the enterprise risk team. So we have to coordinate with multiple people. We have various tasks that we need to work upon and communicate with them. So yeah, so emails, lot of calls, lot of emails is what is basically as a part of daily routine.
Understandable. And since you're operating in such a data sensitive domain, I think banking is one of the most sensitive domains. So, you can't live, without mitigating all the risk and subsequent challenges for sure. Great. So since you have also transitioned into this domain, right? So what in your mind, can you give us some examples? What are the various stream, if one person can actually become part of, while taking care of risk management, how they can transition from what kind of streams?
Sure. So first thing is for transitioning is the interest if you develop in that domain, and then there are like basically, so there would be multiple streams, but basically we can categorize into the basic risk management that would be at the enterprise level. then specifically into information security domain, and then into audits. So audits might be related to the process, to the whole organization, to various teams, whatever is the scope. So these basic three things: risk management, and then information security, and audit.
Audits.
We can
So,
talk about basically these three
so
things.
currently, are you taking care of all these three streams, or you are like specifically part of one stream as of now?
So a bit of audit and risk management is more that I am focusing on right now. Connecting definitely with the information security team is also part of my job role, and if there are any gaps, we have to remediate that along with the teammates.
Makes sense. So, I believe there must be certain certifications or trainings also out there, that one can actually take. If, for example, if I'm a person completely new to this domain and I want to transition, so what do you think, what comes to your mind in terms of certification and trainings for, all the three streams that you talked about?
So there are some university courses if somebody likes to take them. So there are multiple. You can find them on the internet. A lot of universities. Indian as well as outside India. So there are multiple universities that provide those certificates, diploma courses, or university courses over there. So it depends upon your interest if you want to take a long term or short term. But there are like some recognized certifications in each domain of risk management. So if we talk about risk management certification, we have certification in risk and information system control, shortly called CRISC, and it is delivered.
About it.
Then certified financial risk manager from GARP. Then risk management certification from PMI, which is also a very well-known certification. So if we talk about information security certification, there is a CompTIA Security Plus. Then there is the CISSP certification and CISM certification from ISACA again. If we talk about audit, then there is CISA. It is a very commonly known one. So Certified Information Security Auditor. So it is related to the audit, and then ISO related certifications are also there for the audit stream that we can easily get the details online.
So is there any prerequisite in terms of these certification, in terms of work acts or any other prerequisite that our viewers should be aware about?
So generally they ask you that, so for when we talk about the ISACA related certifications, CISA, CISP and all CISM, so there definitely they have some requirements that you should have around. So for CISA, I believe it is around 5 years of experience that should hold. But it is not that you cannot give the exam without having the certification. You can learn about it, attend the trainings, give the exam, and after your 5 years are completed, once you're like it is attested by I think by the your team manager or somebody. So there are some attestations required. More details can be found online, but yeah, so this is how after 5 years you'll be granted that certification.
Got it.
But yes, so and CISA, I have heard that in the auditor profile, it's not only the IT related stuff. I have seen people who are into the CA role or accounting role also. They are doing those CISA certifications. So
wow.
So on Telegram, there is a tool called Telegram. On Telegram, you can write CISA or CISSP. You will find groups over there.
Groups over there. Yes.
Join there and get more information.
Yeah, I think there are various communities, even on LinkedIn also. There are
right.
Good communities that I think a person can find, they'll find various resources over there. And I think, our viewers can definitely connect to Ankit, if they need any further info in terms of, pursuing any of these certifications for sure. Great. Now, see, we have talked about the technical aspect and the certifications, right? What do you think are the traits, typically that a person should have if they want to actually transition into the risk management role?
So communication is the key. So verbal and written communication is key while communicating with various stakeholders, even if it is your upstream or downstream of you.
Absolutely.
So a good communication is really important. Then interest in the domain and knowledge about the respective job profile, along with the profile of your organization or team you are going to work on in the risk domain. That is also important. And then, so it will really help them transition easier. Also the knowledge of laws, rules, regulation around the banking industries that might be applicable for the specific project or the organization will be an added advantage for people to know about them.
Absolutely. I think that makes much sense now, Ankit. Now, a fun question, maybe, so how lucrative this career is, in terms of, if you say, maybe salary wise, or, from in terms of remuneration wise, in the market, is it a competitive role, and it is, does it pay well, to put it in simple words?
Yes, it is a good one, and people can get a handsome salary over here, and as per the surveys I have seen on online, I have not applied for any change since last 11 plus years. So I have not explored, but yes, I on the surveys, internet, I have definitely found that with the certifications that we do and the experience we hold in risk management and all. So yes, people are getting good salaries over there.
That's so good to hear. In fact, I have, in my personal experience, I've seen many, banking and financial domain professionals who have actually shifted into domains such as risk and audit. Personally, I have done some videos with them, and so definitely it is one of the most lucrative, I would say, job opportunities or careers out there in the market for sure.
Definitely.
Great, Ankit. Thank you so much for connecting with us today. I think you gave us, in a very short span of time, you gave us a lot of insights into this domain of IT risk management and related to career and opportunities. Any closing comments for our viewers? Anything you'd like to say?
Sure. First of all, thanks to you for inviting me to this interview, and really appreciable. And so again, first thing is when we talk about risk, health is the very first factor. So take care of your health. That is very important. Because
Absolutely.
if that risk is not mitigated, then everything goes to hell.
I think, Ankit, you started with your talk, right? You're buying that life insurance, right? So that that goes first for sure.
But not just buying it, so you will have to take care of your health. So inculcate good habits of cycling, running, walking. That is very important. And then comes your career and your family. So take care of everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening.
Thank you so much, Ankit. Thank you so much for taking out time and giving this insightful talk. And looking forward to connect with you. Thank you so much.
Definitely have a great time. Bye, everyone.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching our video. Like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such insightful sessions. We will be regularly uploading on our channel every Sunday, so stay tuned and like our other social media handles as well. The links of the same will be mentioned in the description box below. Bye bye.